So Dave, another things that, I think are, phenomenal that we will discuss and dive in the retreat is the art of peaceful communication, because life is really about conversations. It's about just being with other people. And
Mhm.
so I'd like to see, what is your way? How do you approach this kind of the whole concept? How to be at peace? What is the art of a peaceful communication? Where does it come from?
Well, thank you for that beautiful question, Olga. I am reminded of a one of the seven habits of highly effective people, which is listen to understand, listen first to understand, and then seek to be understood. And so listening is so important in this peaceful communication. The way that we humans generally listen, we have default ways of listening. We're listening for right and wrong. We're listening to learn something. We're listening to evaluate if something is good or bad for us or for others. And those are powerful ways of listening. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. When you are seeking to connect with another human being in peaceful communication, there is another way of listening, which is listening from heart. You can also call it listening for the commitment or the need. Okay. And this is something that must be practiced. You can learn it. Like I can teach it to you like that, but practice is where this comes into really fruition. And what you're doing when you're listening this way is you're listening not only to the words, but also to the emotion behind the words. And then you're listening for the commitment behind the emotion. Now, the commitment behind the emotion is gives you who this person is really being in that moment, how the world occurs to them. So it allows a person who has one set of beliefs or one political leaning to listen to another person that has a different set of beliefs or another political leaning and find common ground, because the commitment is the same. The commitment is to well-being and love. The commitment is to that everybody wins. And when you listen to another person, even if they're an opponent of yours, but it's much more powerful if you're on the same team, a husband and wife or a brother or sister or something like that. If you listen from this space and listen for the commitment, you can then speak to the commitment. Now, this speaking to the commitment is like, if I know that something's super important to you and I speak to you, you're telling me about all these things, and I sense that what you're actually saying is that you're worried about the well-being of one of your children. I can speak directly to the well-being of your child. That's the commitment. And about how I'm worried and concerned, and not worried, but taking action to make sure that my children are well as well. So that experience of listening in that way, of being listened in that way, is very nurturing. It feels like love. It feels like this person actually cares about me all the way. Like they are so interested in what I'm saying and what I'm feeling. They're even seeing beyond what the words are. They're listening for the feeling, and even beyond that for the commitment. So this is one of the beautiful ways to listen from heart that allows this peaceful communication to exist. And yeah, I've seen it in action with my clients. I've seen it in my own life. I use these. I listen this way myself, and yeah, that's how it occurs to me. What are your thoughts on that?
Beautiful. I think it's just the greatest gift. The power is really just, in the way I I listen. I have found out, that that's what it is, and it's just so different when we are listening from that place of curiosity and love rather than from the place of judgment. Like I would already know what this person says, or I know what their, views are, and yet can I listen from the place that I can stay curious, that I can actually ask myself, what kind of a goal is there that we can find a common thread together? And that is just so beautiful and so just needed, in our lives. So thank you so much. And I know that this is going to be so much fun, this just kind of, workshop and just digging into it deeper. I know that everyone will learn a lot from that. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's going to be great.
Thank you.